guess with Jalen, the ability he has to run hard and pick up yards after contact, is that what you expected to see out of him, and how has it kind of met your own expectations in his play?
I hadn't had any expectations of Jalen. I think as a freshman you don't know what to expect. But he's done a good job so far. I mean, got tons of room for improvement. I mean, he's really just taking what the game's given to him, and hopefully now he can start creating some extra yards for himself. He can get us some one-on-one situations and break some long runs. But Jalen every day is just getting better. Every day in practice, and hopefully this week is no different. He continues to do the small things and get better at the small things that he and I talk about all the time.
Which said after the game that he runs angry. Do you agree with that characterization of his style?
Nah, you know what? He's a pretty even-keeled guy. But I do think when the game and the lights come on, he gets a little bit more emotional. Plays with a little bit more passion. But I think that's anybody. But he's a very competitive kid. Angry, fired up, turn up, whatever the term these kids use. He just goes out and he plays real hard.
Butch was talking about his maturity for a freshman. Any examples of just how he's been able to kind of show that maturity right from the get-go?
No, he's just a focused kid. I think he's always wanted moments like this, and he came in focused and really wanting to learn the entire offense, not just running the ball. And that's one thing I talked about. I said I don't want you just to be a runner. I want you to be a running back, and really challenge him at pass protection. And I think that's the part that's allowed him to become a better runner. And I think he's having fun blocking, and that's what sets apart running backs in this league. Guys that are only runners, but they do a great job of protection.
Is that where he's shown the most improvement since he got here?
Absolutely. I mean, running the ball is instinctive. I mean, that's something you're born with. You either can or you can't. The thing that sets you apart is once you learn all the small parts, the chip blocking, the blocking, and catching the ball out of the backfield. So, I think that's where he's made the biggest strides.
I think he's averaging like 18 carries per game. Is there any concern about how many carries you want to give him as a freshman coming off the year?
No, that's up to Mike Bajakian. I don't call the plays. If he wants to keep calling running plays, he will. If he wants to call pass plays, he will. I don't count him. I look at him after the game on Saturday or Sunday, and he said, I'm feeling fine, and then we keep going.
Which talked about yesterday, there's not a lot of kids like Hurd that could handle the hype and expectations that were placed on him. Is that maturity level something y'all noticed from day one recruiting trail? I mean, something that stood out?
Yeah, I mean, just getting to know him. You could tell he's always kind of been a kid that's had everything lined up. He had goals to win Mr. Football, he did. He had goals to be a highly recruited kid, and he did. He had goals to make all-star games, he did. And so that's what you liked about him on the recruiting trail. And it's no different here. He has goals for himself. But obviously he and I have talked, and he understands that the goals of the team are way more important than anything he can line up for himself. So, right now he's just trying to get better every day. He's a freshman. He's still making mistakes. Obviously, he made a huge one in this last game, and that's one that he'll learn from.
How close is Darrell to getting on the field and getting some snaps and helping carry that load?
Close. I'm confident in him, but I told him earlier in the week it's his job to continue to help my confidence. It's his job to make the right blocks, make the right reads, be able to communicate, from the sideline, those things. If he can do those things and he gains confidence and I gain confidence, Coach Jake gains confidence, and then we'll put him in the game when the time comes.
Not playing him last week, was that just not being ready, or situation didn't present itself?
Situation didn't present itself. Would have liked to gotten him in the game earlier so he can kind of get in the flow, and just didn't want to throw him in after halftime without having any reps early in the game. So I have to do a better job of trying to get him some early reps. But from a mental standpoint, he was ready. Obviously I look back and wish I could have got him in a little bit, but it's a new week, and he's done well so far.
How is Marlon in terms of health, and what's his approach been like this week?
He's been good. Obviously, we're week 5 or 6, with the bye week, and everybody's a little bit sore, so just got to be smart, some of the things that we do with him, but Marlon's a ready to go guy. He understands how big this season is to the program, and he understands how big this weekend is to us as a football team. So Marlon's ready to go.
Was it his ankle or was it his shoulder?
I don't talk about injuries.
How about Tennessee, Florida last night matchup? Team with the most rushing yards. You know a little bit about rushing the ball in this game, don't you?
Yeah, this is a run the ball league. Obviously, it's a little more spread than it used to be. But I mean, in the end, the teams that can control the line of scrimmage, the team that can convert on 3rd and short, stay on the field, has a high tendency to win this ball game. So I mean, that's a stat that we talked about. And hopefully we come out ready for the challenge up front as an offensive line, as a running back unit, and we just go play SEC football this week. Smash mouth football, hit you in the mouth.